Long day lay me low. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Jason Bascom here. Welcome to another Get to Know Your Creator. Two in a row. We got two coming at you. We did one yesterday with the great Eric Weathers. Everyone go back and check that out. And today we have a fantastic guest. Great human being. Oh, wow. Look how tall I am. There we go. Great person, great human being. And we can't wait to get to talk to him again because he's a wonderful man. But in the meantime, we have our wonderful co-host, Angela. What's going on, Angela?
Not much. How are you doing tonight, Jason?
Full.
What?
I'm full.
You're full.
Full.
You're full. You are full. I
ate too much pizza.
Ooh, pizza's good though.
No, it's not. It's not. It's an insane amount of. I've been eating a lot of bread. Today. A lot of bread today makes you feel heavy. But
yeah, bread.
Only 4 slices when I could technically eat like a whole medium, but that's beside the point.
Do you want to share where from?
Oh, it's just a place up the street. It's a place up the street. Yeah, it's not a chain.
Yeah, treat yourself.
But, it's a good. Well, look at us. We're delaying the guest. Look what we're doing. We're running in in time, but it was my nephew's birthday, and there's a lot of people here, so pizza feeds a lot of people. So it's not more or less of an indulgence as much as it's just a necessity to feed the mouths. But speaking of feeding mouths, we're going to feed the chat's mouths and eyes and ears with lots of goodness today as we welcome the wonderful and amazing, our friend EDWIN ACEVEDO. What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? I left you hanging back there.
Oh, you're good.
You're probably like, get on with it.
Oh, man, let's talk about pizza and jerky.
Dude, okay.
I only had a sandwich for the last couple hours, so, I might have to.
Okay, well, here you go. There you go.
Place, yeah.
There you go, though. What kind of sandwich? Because, you can get yourself a nice filled sandwich, with some deli meat, some lettuce and tomato, and a nice little Dijon on there. Delicious with cheese. What kind of sandwich was it?
Oh, just a little plain old ham and cheese sandwich. Groceries are expensive these days, so can't get
groceries are expensive these days. You're not wrong. I was gonna say, do you have it on rye or something? But that's a little pricey too.
No, you gotta. No, not this week. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week you can indulge a little bit.
Do the rye, get the little
seeded rye. Splurge.
All that fun stuff. Yeah.
Dude, ham on rye is delicious, though. It really is.
It is,
especially toasted. You toast it up, let the cheese
got it
in there, a little nice mustard in there. Oh, it's so good. Love it. But in a crunch, it gives you some nutrients, gives you some energy. You're good to go. You're ready, prepared for this amazing stream that we have planned. And we got Angela here with us as usual. We have the chat. It's popping off. We got people streaming against us. Everybody's got Luke. I know is going to be streaming with Pete, so that'll be fun. But bounce back and forth between us. Go give them a likes. Tell them we said hey. But tell them we got Ace. We got Ace. I always call you Ace because, for one, it's EDWIN ACEVEDO. Ace is right there. But Ace was your first. It was your first full book, right?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, now I can.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
All right, let's hold on. We gotta stop the stream.
Okay.
Let's stop everything.
Hold on. I'm coming.
Look at this. You see, this is what happens with 1 hour time change. Just 1 hour and blows people's brains up. It's an hour, Angela. Get with the program. All right. Ruining my questions. You got to chat. You got to highlight. Me? Yes, we could hear you before. Yeah.
Crap! What the heck?
Can you hear us? I'm assuming she can't hear us.
I don't know what to do.
All right. I'm gonna put you back. Can you hear us? Are you looking at the screen right now? Normally we sort these things out ahead of time. It's okay, Angela. Take your time. I'll probably put her back. Well, if I put her backstage, you won't be able to know.
Just type it in the private chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna type it in the private chat if I can find the private chat. She's.
I'll come back. I'm coming out. I'm going back. I'm coming back.
There you go. That's what I wanted her to
do.
Anyway, she gets flustered, but no. Well, we have a chat. I'll do my best to say hi to them because I don't want to leave them lingering. But But yeah, Ace was your first book, right? The Ace.
Yep, the Ace Volume 1. You see right there, right behind me, that awesome Donald DeLay cover.
Yeah,
Right behind me
dude, Donald
there.
DeLay is so good, man.
He's the man. So I keep working with him.
Yeah, dude, without a doubt. Oh, Jolly Green's going on. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So sorry.
We can.
I'm not going to use my earphone.
We could hear you before. You just couldn't hear us.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yes.
So what did I
That's
miss?
what I was trying to signify with hand gestures.
We're gonna have to like work on hand gestures. So anyway, my apologies for my potato computer.
Born to hand.
Did you go through the chat yet?
You know what? Let's start with the chat from the top because I did but didn't. I can't pronounce the first person's name ever, but I love them so much.
Oh, Deanna Grayston?
Is it Deanna? Is that what it is?
Deanna, I don't know. Hope I'm saying it right. So hail Deanna.
What's going on, Deanna? Welcome. I don't mean to insult.
Jolly Green's here.
Yeah,
Jolly Green. We got Drawing Aces CG. It's in the house.
That's right.
Drawing
and we got
Hey.
Jeremy Burt. Hey there, Jeremy. He's here too.
Birds?
And the most wonderful and lovable Mr. Plagle is here. So
hello, friend Dan Plagle. I was hanging out with him not too long ago. Like
we're going to be seeing him soon.
Yes.
Oh, here
I'll be seeing him on the weekend.
This is what he says. He says that my computer is fine. Jason's the potato. So you can dig that out. Then we've got Wilson.
No,
like how I just remembered that. Mike Wilson's here too.
Yeah, Mike Wilson's here. What's going on, Mike Wilson? I like Mike Wilson.
So,
but yeah,
cool.
no.
Creators Outlet is here too.
Creators Outlet. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, everybody, if you're new to this, and also if you like what you're seeing. And before I get back to talking to Edwin, if you don't want to hear this amazing, content that we have provided for you, this amazing entertainment, go ahead and click the top of the link at the top of the chat or in the description. It'll take you to his campaign and back it. You could just skip all this and that and be like, I want to get to the good fun stuff. Just do it. So and Ace was your first book, Donald DeLay, right? Amazing.
Yeah, he did that cover, as you can see right behind me right there.
Yeah.
That Akula versus Ace Volume 1. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago, which is crazy. It feels like a lifetime. From that first book.
Yeah, it does, man. We've been hanging around in this scene for pretty much almost the same amount of time.
Yeah.
How long were you hanging around the channels and everything before you launched your first book?
It was a while. I mean, when I first joined, I literally joined as Ethan had made his first video on his channel. So,
oh wow!
It's like I was there when he's doing his first live stream. He could actually name everybody in the chat. That's how few people there were back then.
Oh my god!
So,
I don't know how many of those diehards are even still around now. Because I wasn't around then, but I don't know how many of them are still in his chats today. Like I'm sure he still sees them if he does, and he, remembers them. That's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I came around, as you know, with Frega, so yeah. But it's a long time, man. I mean, this whole indie scene, crowd, it's Comicsgate. Whether or not you're CG or whether you're just indie or adjacent or what have you, it's been maybe 6 years, roughly. I think. About that, and it feels like 20, in a way. Even I've only been in it for 3.5 maybe, but it still feels like an insane amount of time has gone by. I don't know if there's some kind of weird, surreal disconnect with actual physical reality, and because this is digital, so it seems to pass at a different pace. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. There's all these theories about when they set off the I forgot what it's called, but the big collider. Hydrogen collider.
The Hadron Collider.
Hadron Collider, yeah. Well, people are suspecting ever since they set that off that everything's kind of gone sideways. So
Luke Alietta, the death metal hero, the one who is overstreaming us, not the other way around. Like that's one of his theories is that you know, once they turned it on, it splintered into a different reality, and we're living in the alternate reality. That you know that like it created a black hole and thus a new whole new reality, and that's what we're actually living in now. And they split. So
That's
it's a
the
good
whole premise
theory.
of
Like
the whole premise of the show Dark, by the way. So anyway, sorry, I might have given away the ending, but you should watch it. So
well, now that you gave away the ending, nobody needs
well,
to
it's
watch
kind
it.
of, but you'll forget when you watch it because it's a great show. But Flying Feline is here, so he'll
Hey,
Flying
what's up,
Feline.
Feline? I'm sure she's also over in Luke's channel. Tell Luke we said hello, and tell Pete
Well,
Cimetti I had pizza today. So yeah, tell Pete he tastes delicious. Pizza, it's like Spaceballs.
That sounded a little
It
weird,
tastes
actually.
delicious. Ah, it's like
Pizza's
Spaceballs.
good.
Pizza the
Oh,
Hut.
oh yeah, I need to see that again. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, you
Anyway.
like Spaceballs, right, Edwin?
Oh, Spaceball's fantastic, man. Like
Yeah.
I've seen it more than I've seen Star Wars.
I you know what? That might check out. I really do think
Instantly
I've seen
watchable. Like it is, you can just literally watch it at any point and just get right into it. Like you
it's
just
so
start,
good, dude.
it brings back all the memories, all the laughs, all that stuff.
Well, and it also tackles a lot of the different sci-fi, like you know, it makes fun of them, pokes fun of them, a lot of the different sci-fi ones. What's up, Paul? Dear, good to see you, man. But yeah, like, well, and also the thing about Spaceball, we're talking about whatever. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt too, which is funny, but it's just one movie. You know what I mean? Like, so you kind of get like Star Wars, all three of them in one movie in a way, and it's only like an hour and a half long. You have to sit through 2 hours of each individual one, but I do love the original trilogy, so you know,
Yes.
you can't beat it. You know. Did you see the Ahsoka crap? I didn't see it.
No, I've tapped out. I killed Han in the new after. I was like, all right, this isn't for me, so I'm
That
gonna
was
pass
it.
on
Yeah,
this.
the death of Han was the death of Star Wars for you.
That was it
Oh
for
my
me.
God,
I tapped
yeah.
out early, so you know, I feel bad for everybody else who stuck through it, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that was a big miss there with that whole thing. So tragedy.
Yeah, and I'll admit I got kind of sucked in. Like Force Awakens was just a rehash almost of A New Hope. Like the concept of it anyway. So I kind of got sucked into like because it's that familiarity, but it was unconscious. So I was like, oh, that's actually not bad. I mean, yeah, them killing Han was just terrible. Like that was atrocious and egregious. But like the overall essence of that movie, I was like, okay, let's see where it goes. And you know, watching it now, I'm like, this movie's just awful. Like so, you know, hindsight. If it was 2020, I would know better. And like I said, I got caught up in the whole member berries type thing. You know, they got me. I'm not gonna lie. You know,
No, there are a lot of people. A lot of people felt that way. A lot of people were super into the first one. I could kind of just see it coming. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna tap out now before. But yeah,
you saw the trees before the forest. Yeah. So you know, you knew what was up. Jason wasn't too bright at the time, but lessons learned. You know, and
right or hopeful. You can just been hopeful.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing, I guess. Yeah, hopeful, but I've kind of always been that way. Like I not always, but there's a lot of things that has happened to me with like I'll see it or read it or watch it. I'll be like, oh, this is really good. And then once I age, you know, a couple years even, I go back to it and I'm like, this was garbage. What was I thinking? Like even not hearing anybody's opinion. So it's just that moment of the new, I guess, or the refresher of it. And I mean, that kind of happens. And like, you know, but here we're constantly creating new product and yeah, we're influenced by outside things. Like what, like, I mean, I know you have Bloodbone right now, but, and we're going to talk about it, but, what like were some of your inspirations going into this? Like what inspired you to create the kind of get into the genres you wanted to get into? Because with comics, you can get into a billion different genres, forget about it. What made you wanted to focus in on the ones that you're tackling? Because I know you do tackle a lot of different ones.
Yeah. I mean, for the Ace, you know, like I said, mixing Green Lantern with a lot of kind of like the space sci-fi alien stuff, you know. I grew up, like I said, Star Wars, Star Trek, you know, just regular sci-fi movies, you know, like if it was sci-fi, I would watch it, you know, like I want to see what the person's take on it would be, you know, like I'm always interested to see people bring different things. Like Babylon 5 was completely different than DS9, you know, these kind of things. So, you know, mixing those different elements. And like I said, I'm a huge Green Lantern fan, and being able to play with that, a big fan of Darkhawk, which is another big inspiration for the Ace. So all these different little elements, I kind of take little parts and kind of bring them into my own story.
Nice. Yeah. Darkhawk was dope, dude. I remember us
Yeah,
talking
he's
about that
awesome.
on the last
Yeah,
one.
first
Yeah.
25 issues, man, love it. And then just kind of
Yeah.
went downhill, but
Yeah,
I've
I
always
mean,
had a love for that character. Yeah,
I think once the sales start to trickle out of a lot of the titles that they had, like even Sleepwalker was really cool for a
yeah.
while, you know.
First
So,
couple
and I,
like 12 issues or so. Yeah, it was really good.
yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I think that happened with a lot of them though, because since it's not a mainstay title like a character from the '60s or '70s, the sales just dip after a bit because, like I said, there's the whole capture of the new, and so you get involved in
Yeah.
it, but the sales start to go down, so the quality starts to go down, and then once they go more, they just cancel out the book, and it's unfortunate. And like, what's cool about what we're doing now is like we can contain a whole story. Like, and I know there's more than one Ace, but like you have a White Leopard. Is that and that's a single shot, isn't it, or is that a continuing
It's
ongoing
a
thing?
it's a three-parter basically.
Okay.
The 3 issues that tells one story.
But yeah, 3 is better than 25. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So you can
Not
tie it,
everything has to be, like the long form. Like Ace
right?
is
And
just something that's kind of like personal to me, the kind of stories that I like to read. So that's why I want
right.
to do it for as long as I can. But
Oh,
Bloodborne eventually, like it'll have an ending. Like your raid is just 3 issues to tell one story, and that's it.
right. Well, and that's the thing. Like I have Absolute, and Absolute is my thing that I could tell forever. Like I could do a billion different type of stories with that, with the way I constructed the idea of it. Just like with the Ace, you could do it forever because you it's your little love project, is what you love. But that's not to say we don't have different concepts. And that Frog G might be an accident, but it's still another IP that now Ink and I can explore and have fun with.
Yeah.
I have after One Stormy Night, it ties into is going to tie into more IPs that deal with Absolute, but still more IPs. Like you have all of the IPs. You have 3 out right now. You have Ace, right? You have Ace. You have a White Leopard, and you have Bloodbone.
Yep.
That's just 3, and dude, you're pounding these out. Like I mean, you're really, because you have 2 Aces. You have the White Leopard. So you have 4. This is your 4th campaign. Technically your 5th, because you had Bloodbone that you did initially just an Ashcan.
Yeah.
You hit you up, you get it. So so this is technically like your 5th campaign in a way, but it's your 4th project. So you're hammering them out. So you obviously have a lot of ideas. Like I mean, could you maybe tease on something that you have an idea for that we haven't seen yet, or that people don't know about?
Yeah, like there's this one project that I basically had in my mind since I was like 18 years old. It's basically it plays on a lot of tropes of books like Watchmen and Dark Knight. It's kind of my response to like this kind of looking at heroes as kind of making them unlikable and despicable just because tough stuff has happened to them. It's kind of like the everybody wanted to ape Alan Moore. So
Yeah.
this basically I came up with this idea to kind of respond to those people. So yeah, there's this story that I even have a couple pages done of just like
Oh wow.
just to kind of get it started.
Right. Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
that's still
like
pretty cool.
eventually,
Like
yeah.
that's still pretty cool considering you still have all these other projects going on. And like I know you said you write on your phone pretty much. You wake up in the middle of the night. You do these things. Like you have a lot of different folders. Some like differentiating what's because
Yeah.
I'm sure you like. I'll be laying in bed or I'll be drawing, listening to music, whatever, and an idea will strike me that won't fit with anything that I'm
Mhm.
doing. So I have to create a whole
Yeah.
new thing. But I'm not as smart as you, where I just file it down. I kind of just, I'll remember that, and if I do, I do. I don't, I don't.
Nah.
It's not a good way to
Ideas,
work.
I compare them to dreams. The really good ones only last for a couple minutes after you wake up,
Yeah,
so you got to get them down.
you gotta get them down.
I learned that a long time ago. After it was like in my early 20s, I just started just taking notes of everything, just in case.
I'm terrible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
terrible
good.
with that.
That's impressive. Yeah,
No,
gotta write
but
it down, especially with our memories. It's so easy to forget stuff, and like you
Yeah.
said regarding the dream. But yeah,
yeah, especially getting older.
that's a true right there.
Yeah, when you get
Getting
older,
older.
I mean, your memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. One thing though that
Yeah.
helps me, not helps me, but it will like trigger that. Oh yeah, is either a smell, or music, or like whenever I thought of was happening around me when I thought of that idea. If that like even
Mm.
sipping some coffee, I might be like, oh, that's right. But like I said, not a great way to work. Like, it's just like, dude, the way like I work on
Yeah.
comics, I do kind of the Marvel method where I draw the thing and then I write it, which is actually not the most advisable thing to do because like you're a writer, so you know how to, you know, you're subjugating these things, you're putting them into places, you're departmentalizing them, you're getting your beats down, you know where the beginning, middle, and end is and where the fillers are. Like, dude, I only have 3 pages left on well, 3.5 technically on this book. I'm kind of having to hurry up to wrap the end, which is not good. Like, you know, if I had it planned out, I'd be like, okay, this is going here and it all fits nicely, and it'll fit nicely. But it just it might feel a little rushed. Whereas, like, how do you go about that? Like, do you have a full on, like, you do what I said, where you just plan everything out that way you know where everything is and it fits nicely in a compartment, or do you have just your beats and then you're like, let's fill in the rest as we go?
Yeah, mostly it's the idea. Like I know what I want from the start of the issue to the end, and you can play with the stuff in between. But basically, I know how it starts, how it proceeds, and how it ends. And then you can kind of play. Like I said, whenever you work with an artist, they always do things that are gonna help to change up the story. Like
Yeah.
I can always say credit Canales with giving Akula his robot legs. In the comic, Akula doesn't have robot legs. Canales threw that in, and it completely changed how I see the character since then. But it doesn't change the structure of what happens in Ace Volume 1.
Right.
So that's how I go about it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you kind of give your artists play. You give them a little leeway, a little play, a little bit to be like, you know, I want it this way, but hey, have some fun with it. You're an
Yeah.
artist. I
Let
trust
them
your
create,
interpretation.
let them, because I hire people based on, I already know their strengths. I know what they bring to the table. So I want them to be them, and just
How do
kind
you
of.
go about finding, like, because you don't always, like, not always you'll get like a penciler who's also the inker, or an inker who's also a color.
Mhm.
Like, how do you go about finding everybody that's right for a specific book that you have?
Yeah, I mean, early on, the guys that I reached out to were guys that I knew and I had hired for like small commissions and I was friends with. Like Donald, I had gotten some commissions from Donald. I talked to him behind the scenes. We're friendly. Canales, same thing. Like I'd commissioned him to draw Ace already, so I knew how he would draw Ace in the book.
Mm.
And like I'd seen like was it Iron Sights, the first thing
Mm.
he put out. So I
I
knew
think
like
so, yeah.
that he could do a full book. So it was pretty, built on the relationship, and I knew them. I already had worked with them. So that's kind of how that got started in Ace. And other people you find through like Phil, I found that Avery. Phil had worked with Avery. He actually recommended Avery,
Mm-hmm.
who's done great work for Phil. So when I reached out to Avery, he was down to like do Raid, and it was like a super easy. Like once we kind of clicked together, like we just kind of both founded this world and we created Raid of the White Leopard together. So yeah, different stuff like that.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does help that we have a, like, if this were 1988, it would be
What else,
a little
Charlie?
more difficult. It'd be a little more. Yeah, what's going on, Shelby, the Shelbster? He in case you didn't, in case anybody out there's unfamiliar with this, he drew the cover for the Second Chance to Blood Dawn.
Yeah.
I know if you don't, if you don't follow Shelby, you wouldn't know that because it's all he talks about. But
And
no,
by the
we
way, I
love
do
the.
own
It's a
it. I do own the cover. I do have the original art in my possession. So I know some people
You
are trying to
trying to buy
make
it?
me an
You're
offer.
trying to buy
Trying to
it?
make me an offer. I'm like, nah. I think I'm gonna hold on to this one.
I don't. I have because I mean I buy them off of him, but I have a few Shelby sketch covers. But I do have the absolute. It's Samurai Priest. It's the metal trading card. If anybody picked it up, but I have the original art for that, and I'm not selling that. Like, I'm just not gonna sell that. That's mine. It's like yeah. So Shelby's an amazing talent, and I mean I always make fun of him, and I'm like, oh, what do you? It's been 2 hours. You're still drawing that, but no, yeah. We bust chops. We bust chops. Because we have fun and we like each other, and it's a fun atmosphere. At least we try to make it a fun atmosphere. I mean, I know, like,
yeah.
you're on the hard line with Phil and all them, and Joe Ball and everybody. You guys
Yeah.
have a great time over there. You
Fun
do the
stream.
babe of the week. I
Yeah.
think Angela
I was on last
one
week.
yeah,
Murder Babe of the Week.
murder babe
You're
of the
welcome.
week.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
did you vote for the blonde or brunette?
You asking
Edwin,
Ace or
who
me?
did you vote for?
I don't vote on the
Edwin.
polls.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
he's
vote
in
on
the
the
he's in
polls.
the yeah he's a little biased. He's on the panel.
Well, no, you're
I
supposed to
voted.
vote. Anyway, fine. I'll let
I
you
voted
slide,
for
but
the
next
blonde.
time.
I voted for the blonde, but
Oh,
yeah.
we can talk later. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
I
that's
just
fine.
looked at the picture. I looked at the picture and I picked the one. I didn't know anything. It was like I saw the one picture. I'm like, yes, and I clicked the button.
Yeah,
We knew it. We
anyway,
all know what what it's about. But no, so
Yeah.
yeah, you're on with them guys. You're on with them cats. How do you like it over there? How are they treating you?
Oh man, the hardline is a blast. I mean, the thing is, we're all friends. Like we all in a DM group together. We've known each other for years and years. So it's nothing like what you see is like a censored version of what we do when we do late night hangouts, because that's truly uncensored. I would say like the after show is the best stream anywhere you'll see. We just can't air it because we'll get kicked out of YouTube. But yeah,
Dude.
you see like a fun version of it every Monday.
Dude, there's been some times, yeah, whenever I'm backstage after like Topicless or somebody, and we're just shooting the breeze. Really, we're shooting the breeze and everything, and then we're like, oh, we should have said this live because it's just it's like it's not as like risque as anything, but it was just such a good point or topic or a thing, and we're like, oh, why don't we talk about this live? This was great material, and then of course it's forgotten by the next episode, so you're just like, oh well, but
Topicless is fun too, especially when Luke has had a few. So just want to put that out there.
When Luke has a what?
So has had a few.
Oh, jeez, don't get me started on that. But
anyway,
yeah, no, but I did tell like I was on with Pete Smetti, and somebody asked, what was if you could tell yourself one thing about like this, give yourself advice on this, what would it be? I did say, don't hang out backstage. And that's just mainly because I've heard a lot of bad things too. Like, especially the people like I don't know. Like, we've gotten to know each other in the chats. You get to know your personalities and stuff, and that's good. And then hanging out backstage, you're like, oh, this is just how they are in the chats. But I've met a few people where they're like, no, I don't like that. But yeah, and hearing some things off and on. But most of it backstage stuff is actually pretty fun. Like, it's pretty fun. And like you said, it's a lot of it is the more like not off color, but like vulgar maybe. Like
we store a lot. We store a lot.
It's like
a lot of off air.
Yeah. It's like I'm like my channel isn't for kids, but it's still like not as.
Still gotta we try not to like get too crazy on Hardline when we're on air.
It's like I tell people like this is actually like this is how I am. I mean, I don't know how to be any different than this. Like, I just don't. But if you see me in real life, it might be like maybe a 10% difference in only the fact that, like, you have your family personality, you have your friend's personality, you know what I mean? You have your work personality. Yep. You do have these things. And there is a YouTube personality. Like, I am this way. This is how I am. If you ask all my friends, this is me. But it's a little different, though, whenever you're just talking to me and dating. Like there's plenty of times we're in Discord and it's just dead silent sometimes. But
here we go. You got to back it now. Don't let down Shelby's daughter here, people. Come
on. Shelby, my daughter is watching this RN. I guess rerun. Right, what is RN? Right now. Oh, hi, Shelby's daughter. She also said to back Daddy's cover for Bloodbone or expletive.
Wait. What did his kid say?
Yeah, back Bloodbone.
or
what?
F you, Jason. If you don't back the book.
Well, I couldn't see it. I thought it was like Fun My Comic or something.
I was trying to be.
You're here because I'm blind. You know that.
I know. But, we're just now talking about things in the back rooms and like things.
Yeah, but it's just I just have a hunch. I have a suspicion here, though, Angela. My whole suspicion is that his daughter didn't say anything. It's my suspicion.
No. Shelby, troublemaker.
Anyway, my suspicion is his daughter didn't say anything, and she didn't say that. Yeah. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, but the thing about the Hardline is that is us. Like there's nothing going on with it. Like when I make fun of Phil's skinny arms, that's what I do off here. You know,
Well, dude,
when
I've hung out
says
with,
he hates pets.
yeah.
He hates pets. You should hear the rants he goes on how much he hates his pets. Like that's how we are, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
and dude, I've hung out with Phil. I've hung out with Phil backstage plenty of times. He is on stream how he is backstage. Like that's Phil. Like you're not getting a different person.
No.
Were you talking? What?
No, sorry.
This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with when I do these.
That's right.
Edwin.
I don't have my headphones in.
This is what happens. I mean, it's
nice to hear. So
at least you can hear us. At least you can hear us. But yeah, I mean,
at least you can hear us. Yeah, I can hear you.
But that is true though. It's like that is us. Like I mean, it just is. That's how we are. Like it's a genuine thing. And I have been around a few people where once you're like off the stream, it's just a switch of a personality, and it's like what just happened. It's like, and it may not even a bad switch. It might not even be a bad switch, but it's still such a drastic switch. You're just like this, like whether or not the camera's on, so they feel the need to be on, and whenever they're backstage, it's just a little more reserved, and they're just like quieter. It's like, what happened, dude? Like, where'd you go? Like, so yeah, I mean, and that's not a bad thing, but it's just sometimes there are people that just this is a little easier for them to be themselves, and this is actually them. So it's just there's that thing, but either which way. Like I like the hard line. I watch it off and on whenever I can, and like because you guys stream up against some heavy hitters, so and you do very well.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 years now, and we just keep going every Monday. Doesn't matter, you know, rain, sleet, or snow, we're there. So it's been fun.
Yeah, I think Hardline has been going, like Topicless and Hardline have been going the same amount of time. So yeah, I think those are the two shows that have been out the longest, aside from the Jack show. That I know of, that are weekly shows. Like, I mean, that I know. I'm sure there's plenty out there that have been going on a lot longer, but I'm just not subscribed to those channels. But yeah, and I've watched the Hardline for a while now. It's for probably 3 years, not every single week, but you know, just like not everybody watches Topicless every week, which you should. It's a fun show. I like it, and I do like, you know, it's kind of like just friendly banner. Like you're just, and then they'll include the chat and they'll highlight. You guys have a good time. You know how to have fun, and top tier talent. Like there's top tier talent on that stream too. It's always
we put out tons of books, and we're putting out more. A Swarm has just shipped out to people.
Just got mine.
You know, I said Raid of the White Leopard's about halfway through fulfillment right now. So you know, if you
out on that one, I missed out. You seem to have a campaign out when I got Jack money. Like
that's the worst. I'm the same way. Like there's a couple people that I owe backings, but I'm like, sorry, man. When I'm in the middle of campaign, I gotta wait till I'm kind of finished fulfilling, you know.
Yep. I mean, you know, whether there's also catch up tiers and stuff like that. It's like, and yeah, I'm the kind of guy that, like, I'll go to my comic shop and they're like, oh, we got the trade in for this. I'm like, dude, you know I want first printings. What are you doing? I'm like, don't. I'm like, I may not even look through the thing. I just want the first printing and then give me the trade. Like, I'm like that. So I like to get the first prints. I like to get the first run of Ace. Like to get the first run of these things. So I missed out on the first run of White Leopard. Hopefully I can get one. But if not, I'll get the back.
We'll have some extra copies, you know, around after I'm finished fulfilling.
Yeah. When you're done fulfilling, DM me, please. I would want one, and I will purchase one from you at a cost.
Speaking of which, you know.
Oh, look at that!
I did.
It is real.
Make it bigger.
It is real.
There you go. Look at that.
Real White Leopard.
That was the one we talked about last time, isn't it?
Yep.
I remember that picture. Very cool.
Avery's art, so beautiful. Drawing Aces right there.
Nice.
ACG.
Shipping out.
My initials are backwards, and my initials are AGC, so you're close. But just
AGC,
curious,
what is that close to?
It's the back of it says ACG, right? Is it ACG or
yeah,
AGC?
it's Drawing Aces Comics Group, so DACG.
Yeah. Anyway, I like it. So just curious, are you or have you done any collaboration with Phil, or is that something maybe you guys have discussed?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. We've actually, my characters were in CG Vacation, Angelique.
Mm-hmm.
Not Angelique, Desi, excuse me. Desi had a nice pin up. She's also in the calendar You know, we both wrote stories for Passions Tales of Nova Terra comic. Passions, you know, was part of the
Passion
hard
for
line
drawing.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Passion for drawing.
He's
Yeah,
great,
so we
dude.
both,
He's on TikTok. He's not on YouTube anymore, but I still love his
you know,
stuff, man. I see him. I
yeah,
see him
no,
on
he's blowing up on
Instagram.
TikTok. He's killing it.
TikTok, dude, he's crazy on TikTok. And Instagram, he's on Instagram too. I like. I miss Passion, man. He's a good dude. I mean,
Yeah,
he's still a good dude,
yeah,
and he's
he's
a fantastic artist, man.
doing
And
his
I
own
had,
thing.
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and also, you know, the fact is, Phil actually came up with the name Bloodbone.
Oh,
You know,
really?
he's kind of he's the one who kind of helped get
Hey,
things going. So
you
you
know
know,
what?
we
Every
definitely
now
want
and
to do something
then,
more together.
Phil Diaz does have a good idea.
He does.
Every once in a great long while, he comes up with something good.
That's not
Back
doesn't
Lost
really have to
Pages
do
too.
with fashion, but you know, he's good at other things. You know.
Yeah. No, I mean that's as far as a writing, like, because that'd be a writing collaboration. Have you ever done a writing collaboration like that, or like?
I mean, I'm in the process. Me and Tim have like kicked some ideas for doing a book called Space Heist with Nat and Ace. You know, we've kind of, I think we've got like couple pages of that. You know, we're both super busy doing tons of projects, so you know,
No, because that would
we
be
might
like,
click around again. Yeah.
Because I mean, it's one thing like an illustrative artist jam where, like, you know, I draw something and then Plago draws something in there too. A lot easier to do, I think, than a writer's jam where, because you'd have to dictate, okay, unless you're like, hey, I'm writing this character, you write that character, and however they respond to one another is however it works. The conversation might flow as long as the plot follows a certain path. Their dialogue can be interacted in this way. I don't know, maybe like that's a way to go about it, because I don't know how you would come about. Like, I can understand, you know, if you had, you know, the Lost Pages meets the Ace. Like, I mean, like, and he would then, you know, you'd have to formulate that in a certain way, and it'd be tricky, I would think, but to outline it and stuff. And you might have to have a head writer at that point, maybe, and like have the other person be like, well, these are my characters, and write my characters. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool, you know, to do something like that.
Interesting to tackle a lot of that stuff. You know, I think we both have interesting characters. I think they like something like Crim and Bloodbone would be kind of sick.
Dude, that would be sick, man. Forget about it. That would be fun, dude. And it could be like, you know, but once again, this is the great thing about, like, the only thing that comes in the problem whenever we're doing these kind of logistics is who gets what of the financial cut. Like that, you have to drop a contract. You have to be like, okay, well, you know, Edwin wrote about 40% of the book, so he's going to get this cut after you know, cost, and so on and so forth. So aside from that, dude, what we're doing in the indie scene and CG and whatever label you want to give anything that we do, we can do anything we want as long as the other person is willing to collaborate, and or things are willing to happen. You can do a Bloodbone Crimstone crossover if you really wanted to. You could do, I could do like, it doesn't fit, but that's, dude, look at Irene and Plago. They're doing Fiendish Goblin Girl. It's
gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Anything is possible in this because we own these IPs. They're just ours.
Great.
Like, we don't have to go through a corporation, a whole bunch of lawyers and stuff like that. We're like, yeah, let's do it, and then you just write up the contract. Good to go. Bob's your uncle. Like, it's.
But yeah, the thing. Oh, sorry.
No, I was done. Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, yeah, like the thing I've learned recently, but I won't go into too much detail, is don't, like, 50-50 is not a good thing. Or no. Yeah, 50-50 isn't good. Like, I don't know, like, whatever. Is it 50-50 or is it owning it together? I don't know. Just a specific certain thing that happened recently in CG that I don't want to get into. It caused rift.
No, I mean,
a little bit of like drama.
Here's the thing. Okay. I think you might agree with me on this. You and I, we get along pretty well.
Yeah.
We're chummy. I would consider us friends.
Yeah.
If you're like, Jason, I got a great idea for a book. I'm like, hey man, the only way I'm doing anything is if I get a cut. You're like, okay, cool. We'll do 50-50. Like, oh, okay, cool. 50-50. Fine. We're both friends. We get along. I think we would both agree. Okay, let's get a contract. Like, I think that's the big problem people are having is they're making it just a handshake or a word of mouth, like, or we're friends, so we can trust each other. It's like, yeah, but you don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. Like, You just don't. You don't know what's gonna
It's
happen in a
not
week.
just that. It's like this isn't like let's say this isn't simple. I mean, let's say we're doing a book, Jason, right? We both have characters. Let's bring them together for a crowdfund and fund my comic, right?
Yeah.
We'll split it 50-50. Okay. I'm writing it, right? You're drawing it. Let's just say that's the basis to make it easy.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. That seems 50-50. We can agree to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how is it going to take you to draw it as compared to how long did it take me to write it?
How much are you going to promote it? Are you promoting it more than me?
Yeah, who's promoting it?
Who's promoting it?
Who's promoting it?
Who's building the crowdfunder? Who's sitting there working logistics behind that part?
Who's fulfilling it?
Who's fulfilling it?
Who's fulfilling it? Which is a whole other
thing. Now, once again, a 50-50 thing. Now, since we're friends, yes, cool, awesome, great. But we're both logical and slightly intelligent. I would say slightly on my part. Human beings. I would think we would, for you and I anyway, we would be like, okay, well, but we've been through this ringer already. So we know to be like, okay, well, who's doing this? Who's doing that? You're going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to letter it. You're going to write it. Like, we're going to break it up. So it's, even if it's like 58, 42, it's still close enough to 50-50 that we could be like, okay, it's going to be 50-50. The problem comes into where it's like, okay, Edwin's writing it. He's lettering it. He's promoting it. He's fulfilling it. He's coloring it, like, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm inking it. It's like, unless he's totally cool with that, which he shouldn't be. These things need to be brought up front. But the problem you're coming up with is a lot of these people doing 50-50 are first-time creators.
Yeah, and then the number one thing is it has to be under somebody's name, which means somebody's taking the money, and somebody's paying taxes on the money.
Yep. Yo, what's
so
up, Trav?
that alone, unless you're really tight,
unless you're really
tight, like that alone,
dude. Like, Inkspots and I kind of already knew what it's a different animal with Frog G, because we kind of did tackle these things. Plus, him and I very laid back. So, does he have a question?
I think that's true. Oh yeah, no, Travis Parra. Hell, I don't think he's been here yet, so he's in the chat.
So his name before, but if not, welcome, Travis. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And if you're watching, hit that like button too. And just in case you're done hearing about all this garbage, you can click the link to the top of the chat, as well as in the description below, and it'll take you to the campaign. You can back Bloodbone right away.
Don't disappoint Shelby's daughter. She's watching the stream.
Shelby's
waiting for backings. Waiting for backings of Bloodbone.
I think is bad luck. What happened with D-Wams and Gabe, Peter Lard and Kevin Eastman keep it 64.
Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman.
Word.
It's okay, Angela. You're new to this. Slightly. But
I appreciate.
But no, well, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird is kind of an older thing, and that's way before all of us, and that was something they had before. But yeah, like the Gabe thing is kind of the main thing that was going around for a while. But 50-50 can work. It depends on the people. Also, like, you can't. If he has a big ego and I don't, that's gonna kind of overtake what I do, and he might be like, look, you're cut out. Like, I mean, it might happen. It could happen. Or vice versa. I could be like, look, dude, I'm out here promoting. I'm out here in front of the lines. Everybody loves me. Screw you. You don't know what you're doing. And it can implode. But it really helps if you're working with two people who are just laid back and chill, just love doing this so much that, like, all right, yeah, like, if Ace is like, dude, can you maybe fulfill it, please? I just can't do it. Yeah, sure, dude, I get it. That's fine. I want to do, let's get it fulfilled. Get the next one out. Let's do this. Like, that's where it helps. It does help a lot to have that. Now, there could be issues that come into play. You never know. And that's why, yeah, a 50-50, but dude, everyone, get a contract. Like, I understand, like, a contract is only good if you can actually use it, but there's still at least that legal binding. Like,
look, this reminds me.
You never know. That's what it does.
Yeah. Speaking of contract,
what's up, Dean?
People should see the Hardline contract.
There's a contract for Hardline.
No, yeah, we spent weeks having long hours of meetings to do this stupid YouTube show. So just imagine. That's the kind of bond we have. So
yeah. Well, but not a bad idea. It's like I said, with contracts, they're only as good as far as you could take them. You know, like, can you afford to go to court? Like, can you really afford to, like, can I afford to sue you with a lawyer and stuff? Do I have those finances? No, I don't. But it's still nice to have that binding, like, physical paper, you know, stamped, and like everybody agrees this is what we're going to do at least, you know, and that way, you, even if you can't take it to an actual court, you do the court of public opinion. Like, look, we have a contract, and the fans will be like, look, the other guy is in breach of this contract. Screw him or screw him. You know what I mean? We're not going to follow this guy anymore that broke the contract. So it could really severely, you know, impact things.
Lion Mill Studios in the House Hill. That's why I'm writing, drawing, inking, coloring my book. Broken Compass Entertainment is helping me with the rest. Much easier for everyone.
James and Odin
your favorites in the chat too, Jason, Danger Vanessa. If you have anything you want to say to Danger Vanessa.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. She rejects it every time, and I'm going to get it in the actual chat one of these days where she accepts it.
Thank you. Yeah. It just crushes me each time too. It's the same.
Well, at least it crushes you. I'm fine, but
anyway. So,
but yeah, I mean, and that's a thing. Like, and like the way you work with yours, you probably is and this is probably the best way to do it in all reality. Not everybody wants to own a piece of the pie. Some people just want to be work for hire. Just, you know, like, hey, I'm freelance, $100 a page, 150 a page, 200 a page, whatever it is. I'm sure you don't mind working that way, Edwin.
No, like I've found, you know, working with all these guys, like, you know, I give you the script, kill it, do the best work you can on it. After you're done, you literally have no obligation to me. Like, I won't ask you to promote it. I won't ask you to tweet about it. I'll handle all that. You got paid, you know, I'll promote you to anybody and tell them, hey, this guy did great work for me. And then hopefully we can do something else in the future. In this kind of, that's how I take it to each book.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that too is, though, like, look, if you just paid me like a couple $100 a page, I could wash my hands of it. But you know what? I'd be like, dude, everybody go check out XYZ book. It's amazing. I drew it. It's, you know, done by. I would still promote it because it's my artwork. Like, it's my piece. Even though I don't get a piece of the pie, I still get my art out into other people's hands, and they see that, they're gonna want the next thing that I do. So it actually, we still do promote. Like, Shelby does it all the time. If he drew Bloodbone cover, he was promoting Bloodbone. He didn't have to.
Yeah,
he did it because he loved the cover. He loves the project, loves the IP. Ethan does it. Shane, they all do it when they work on a book.
Donald was tweeting out Bloodbone earlier today or yesterday, you know, telling everybody to go grab it. You know, Donald did work for me maybe a year and a half ago, the last time we worked together. You know, so these projects, they're in the can for a while, you know, like, it's been a while, but you know.
Yeah, and that's what, dude, that's what's great about this. That's what's great about this whole scene that we have here. Like I said, it's Comicsgate, but there are plenty of people who are adjacent or just like don't affiliate, but you know, either which way, but they still help promote. They still help put books out, and they still help, like, if they worked on it, they did any part of it, they're proud of their work. They're proud of their job they did. They want people to see it, read it, or you know, even look at their edits. I mean, the book, this book flows fantastically. Why is that? Edited by Shay. Oh, cool. I know why. You know, she might be proud of it. Like, oh, check the book out that I edited. Like, we're proud of what we do here because we love what we do here. It's just as simple as that. We want you more of these out there, more of our work out there. So you want people to read all of your projects, not just because like you were a freelance contractor, but because you want people to read your stuff, not just because you might get more work, but because you love doing it. Like, we get paid, great. We want to get paid doing it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I mean, as far as the 50-50, if you can avoid it, but unless you know who you're working with, like, I really think like I really think like him and I could work together just fine, and it would be great. But I don't like the Gabe thing. You had very strong personalities in there, and it's sometimes that'll clash. But anyway,
yeah, you guys seem very laid back to me. I think you guys would work well together.
So we'd work well together. Yeah, but oh, pardon me. Like I said, I had that pizza. I had a Diet Coke.
It's all.
What's your thoughts on aspartame, Edwin?
Oh no.
sweetener,
Oh,
aspartame.
no.
Just kidding, don't eat.
No.
Familiar with that one.
No, it's the NutraSweet. It's a fake sugar. It's
Talk to
no.
Brandon about that. He'll talk your ear off. You know, you'll get a
Oh,
whole
really?
stream
Why?
out of Brandon.
Why will
Brandon,
he not? Is he not like
Brandon's
aspartame?
He's Mr. No seed oils. He's super healthy.
Oh,
Oh,
he's one
yeah.
of those.
Not-
Oh, him
not
and
very
Mook and
like-
Feline will get along
He
great.
has to cook everything in like coconut oil or whatever. It's just like it's,
Oh yeah,
you know,
they're all about the
God bless him.
tallow.
Like, all right, like the whole aspartame thing and eating Reese's Pieces on camera, like it's a joke. Like I don't sit there and eat candy all day long. I wish I could, but like I for the most part, I try to eat as healthy as I can, live considering the environment I'm in. Let's put it that way. But
Yeah.
like, so I do actually like I believe in a slightly healthier lifestyle. I just can't live it the way I want. So, but it's just it's a healthier like. Put what you put in is what you put out. So even creatively, like what you intake is what you put out. So like as far as that goes, do you still buy mainstream stuff? Are you still like reading like any of the mainstream stuff out there?
No, the only exception I made is for I'm a big Liam Sharp fan.
Ooh, dude,
He's a good dude. We've had some nice interactions on Twitter. Starhenge, yep.
Yeah.
God, I forget what the name of it is. He did a comic. Oh, God, it's killing me. Can't think of it, but he did like a comic of a character that people know. I picked up a couple issues of that. Just like I said, just nothing else, but because I like Liam and we had some nice interactions on Twitter. But aside from that, back issues only and like indie
back
stuff.
Issues, yeah. I picked up a few books recently that are in my poll, but I don't read them. Like I flip through them, I look at the pretty pictures, and that's about it. I just got a Red Sonja just because it's got a Frank Cho cover, but it's dope too, by the way. If anybody has a question, by the way, Angela, make sure
that is the man.
Yeah.
That's that too, baby.
Yeah, and the Travis characters.
But dude, Liam Sharp, dude, Sharpie, I've been wanting him I've been. He's kind of one of the guys I've been batting around, asking if he could, if we got the money, if he'd do a cover for us. So, I love Liam Sharp's stuff. It's so good, dude. Yeah, dude, super nice guy. Like I've interacted with him on X myself, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I'll dead name that sucker all day. But awesome dude. Like he was talking about like what people do commission him to draw and stuff, and I'm like, hey man, somebody commissions me to draw the Max, I'm gonna do it all day long. And he's like, dude, I wish people asked me to draw the Max. It's like I always get these weird, just obscure things. I'm like thinking, oh, I want him to do my cover. Have you ever thought about like asking somebody like that, like somebody outside of our hemispheres?
Yeah, like I have like 3 names that like would be like a bucket list. Like if I could kind of get the connections and get the money together. One would be Liam, the other would be Will Sportatio, and the third would be Art Taber.
Taber's at least way more obtainable though. All right.
Yes.
I agree with you that Taber's fantastic. I love his stuff.
I'm just like I'm an X-Men baby. So 90s X-Men is my wheelhouse. So Art and Wills are like the 2 guys that like just made me fall in love with comics.
Or a cover drawn by Wills, inked by Art.
Oh, I'd be doing backflips. I'd be like, forget that. Like I've peaked. Like this, it can't get better.
Dude, that would blow my lid, man. I'd be like, I would never sell that. That's for sure. That'd be mine. I'm like, I ain't putting this on the campaign. I don't care how much it costs me. I'll suck that finances up real quick. Yeah, that's the thing though. It is a money thing, I think. I mean, there's that whole CG cliche moniker that hangs over the head of some people, and some people do find that that don't know about it. They view it as an evil, and so you can't get them to work for you, sadly enough. But like, Liam Sharp seems like a totally cool dude. The people that other people that Inkspots and I have batted around. One of them I know for sure would probably do it, just because the whole thing for where it comes to play is the finances.
Yeah,
we kind of need to scratch together to get these awesome, covers out or interiors. Imagine getting all painted interiors by Liam Sharp, dude. Forget about it. That's sick.
Fantastic,
but that would cost a small fortune. So, but yeah, dude, I love his stuff, man. That's cool that you said he would be a good cover to get, and he would be a good cover to get.
Like I think like he would do like a sick Ace Like, it's right in his wheelhouse for like that kind of metallic and the armor and then the blade and the helmet, all that stuff. He would just like destroy. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the
Oh, there's a question in the Lion Mill
Yeah,
studio.
no,
Who's
go.
wondering what information do those who take commission want to know about your book before taking your request, is what I'm assuming. I hope I'm right, but is there anything specifically that the artist needs before they
like he's writing a book, what information about like let's say he's writing Bloodbone, what information would the artist need to draw like the pages or Bloodbone? Is that what we're getting at here?
That's what it
I think he might mean like what somebody like Liam Sharp would take to get a commission.
Oh, that's,
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, well, as far as like, let's do it in two assumptions here, unless he clears up the question a little bit in the chat. But
he says I got it in the So basically, yeah, for you to take their commission, what do they need? What do you need to provide them to carry it out? For them to carry it out, I guess the picture of the character, the story.
This is what I was gonna say. It all depends. Like if it's a story. If it's a story, you need a certain amount of things. But if it's a pinup, if Edwin's like, hey, Jason, I need you to draw a trading card for my campaign. For one, I would want references. I definitely would want references. I would want to know what character for sure. I would want to know, how big he wants it. Does he want the original? Does he want the original, or can I keep the original to sell? Like, there's a lot of those kind of factors. Does he want it full color? Does he want, just put black and white? What everything goes in, and now. With freelance, you can draw up a freelance contract, and I do highly advise everybody to get a contract for everything, even though it's not usually the practice, sadly. And then I would sign that. Now, if he's giving me a book to draw, you're talking about a lot of collaboration there. A lot of like, hey man, do I have free reign to like maybe create some stuff? Is he going to give me a synopsis for the characters themselves? Like Ace's helmet needs to be drawn this specific way, and he's going to write it down. He's going to panel 1 needs to be, he walks through a door. The door is 12 feet high by 16 feet long and all marble rolled. Like, is he super descriptive? He's like, hey man, just have fun with it. Like, there's a lot of different factors that go into play as far like would I want page rate? Is he going to hire me to freelance artist? Some people work differently. He might pay me half up front, half later. He might pay me by the page. We work it out so that way I get paid a certain way. I would never work for free, so I wouldn't just draw a page and then give him the pages and never see any money. So I would want that to work out a certain way. There's a lot of different ways to tackle things, but contract. Always get a contract when working with people you don't know, especially. Even if you know them, get one. But if you definitely don't know them, get one. But there's a lot of things that go into play whenever you're getting somebody out for your projects or your books and collaboration. A lot of it is just this. At first, getting to know each other. Like, if I didn't hang out with him too much, I would want to hang out with him a little bit more to see if we mesh and see if we jive on something, especially if it's something that we're going to work on for a while. Like, we're talking dude, this is your 4th campaign. It's not like this is your 4th month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're working on these projects with people for a long time.
Yeah, not just working on them, fulfilling them. People getting them comics in their hands.
Yeah. Look at that. Hold on. So there you go.
It's the original Bloodbone ash can with the nice foil.
I got one.
It's beautiful. Oh, I love that.
Awesome, Donald, the late art.
So
doing what only he can do. Yeah. They'll shine on the back too, drawing aces. So yeah. So what we're here to do, man, make these awesome projects and send them out to people.
Yeah. Okay. Like how did you go about getting Donald? Let's do that. Let's all right. You wrote Bloodbone. How did you go about working with that? Like what were like you don't have to talk about the financial logistics of it, but like what went about?
Like I said, me and Donald have worked together since, when he first joined CG, before I even had any comics. So I'd already had commissioned him. We'd talk behind the scenes. We were friendly with each other. We did some streams together. So, there was a trust built. And then he did the cover for Ace Volume 1 right there, right behind me. Killed that. And, we've done multiple things together. And once I came up with the idea, the script, the character design, which Joe Ball was the guy who did kind of the original character design for Bloodbone, to me, Donald was the guy. He was the guy to bring it to life. So, you reached out to him. We had some conversations. I sent him some character sketches Joe Ball had done and kind of told him what I was looking to do, how many pages I was looking for, how many this, that, and the other. He was completely down with it. He's like, hey, this is right up my alley. And just like that, we started kind of getting to work.
There you go.
Yeah.
And once again,
Nice.
you had a rapport though. You established a rapport with the
I said,
creative.
Donald did that raid cover for me. He's done the Ace cover.
Yep.
And
in case
personal
anybody else
commission.
is, and in case anybody else is still unfamiliar, he did Cash Grab. You might have heard of that little book. So, Donald is a phenom, man. Colored by ink spots, but Donald is a phenom, and he's a great guy, dude. Too. He's been on top of us a few times.
Super easy to work with. Yeah.
Hey, Hockey, what's going on, man? And speaking of Donald and some blood boneness, let's get you the goodness.
3, 2, 1, roll 5.
Action-packed rock and roll. Yeah, tell us about Bloodbone, my friend. Are you there?
He's
I
muted.
think you're muted. You're muted, Edwin.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit of a delay. StreamYard isn't the best with my internet connection. So
okay. Well,
it's a little bit of a lag sometimes. Yeah.
You're live now, sir.
There we go.
There you go.
So
Tell us about Bloodbone, man. Tell us about Bloodbone.
Yeah, so Bloodbone's the story of a man who returns to his hometown after being away for several years, and he finds out that it's been overtaken by a criminal organization. So he decides to use the skills that he gained on his time away to become a vigilante and clean up the city. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Bloodbone, I compared it a lot to kind of the first couple of seasons of Arrow. Anybody who saw those,
yeah,
those Oliver comes back to the city. Yep, Oliver comes back with the city with a purpose. He's changed, and so Bloodbone pays a lot of. It's a lot of mystery to his backstory. Like we don't even give you his name, his identity, what his real face looks like. So there's a lot of mystery and intrigue of his past, what he's been through. You just know that this is his hometown. Say that again.
No, sorry, there's a different. No, it's like a really cool beard, or no, I just like that. I like that look.
Yeah, no,
it's really
just,
the mystery.
His mask.
Yeah, his mask. Yeah, so he's got a lot of intrigue. It's got a lot of kind of different things that'll play out as this kind of series goes on. But basically, just a lot of action. I wanted a character that was like a complete 180 from Ace. Ace has a lot of space, aliens, ships, all that kind of stuff. This is very grounded. Very much kind of like base level. I compare it a lot to kind of like a Spider-Man or Daredevil, kind of like with the rogues and everything. So it's very kind of grounded and just kind of hard-hitting action, as you can see right there. Bloodbone just kind of interrupts this special meeting by this criminal organization. He just starts tearing shit up. He just starts passing guys around. And the thing about Bloodbone that made this fun is, Bloodbone goes after scumbags. You don't have to feel bad about him ripping these people apart. They're scumbag criminals who are like basically destroying this once beautiful city. So you can kind of feel, so definitely completely evil. So you can just let Bloodbone go loose on them.
Yeah, and that's the good thing I like about this too. They're bad guys. Like, I mean, who's the bad guy. Like, there's a lot of like, oh, is this guy bad, or is he just driven by different, circumstances that you don't understand, and we're gonna make you understand? It's like, no, these are bad guys. You take them down. Like, it's simple, straightforward, to the point. It's great. How many pages is it? I know it's an Ashcan. So how many pages is it?
Yeah, so it's 16 pages. Like I said, we took the 12 pages from the original can, and then I added a brand new 4-page story by Maxi Dallo, who did a great job, just bringing Bloodbone to life. He's got like a different kind of style, but it's also like in that same vein, so it doesn't go too far from it. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and like I said, it's basically a primer because me and Joe Ball are doing Bloodbone #1 next year. We're doing like a full
I was gonna
#1.
say real quick for the people who out there are watching now or on the replay who may not know, what is an ash can?
Yeah, so an ash can is basically a mini comic. So if you can take here, like this is the best kind of way to do it.
Hold on, let me get to you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so basically Raider the White Leopard's a standard comic size.
Right. Yep.
And so Bloodbone's gonna be a little smaller than that. It's kind of based off a lot of. I'm a '90s baby when it comes to comics, so Wizard magazine had all these exclusive ash cans that they used to do. So I wanted to give some that was like a collector's item for people. It was kind of like the primer, the introduction to Bloodbone, and then we get like the brand new #1. That's kind of how they used to do it back in the day. So we're kind of bringing that back. You see right there the pages by Maxi, just
Yeah, I saw those. It's really good, dude.
Yeah.
It's stuff. I love
kicking
that.
ass, taking names.
Yeah.
Hockey was asking a question. He's like, "Is this the same universe as Ace?"
No, none of my books take place in the same universe. Yeah, each universe is separate.
Nothing wrong with that. I do like this. You have let's go
down
down the tiers real quick because we got a lot of them. A lot of tiers to go down.
Yeah. Very exciting.
You have this one here. Tell us about this amazing looking, fantastic tier.
Yeah. So this is the digital tier. But yeah, look at that cover, man. Like
that cover. Let's go to the original tier. There you go. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
I wonder who drew that.
It is real and it's spectacular.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's Shelby Robertson once again. I mean, wow! Like he killed it.
Colored by him too. Just like he brought this to life, man. I'm so super happy with it. Like I said, I wrote the original, so this is.
I don't know why he couldn't draw a frog G this good, but whatever, dude. Thank you for giving Edwin your best work. Appreciate that.
Oh no,
no, dude, he killed it, man. It definitely it's total '90s energetic, just out there action, dude. This is full on fun.
Yeah,
I love
came up with those characters that he's smashing. Those are all Shelby originals too.
Nice.
So,
now you got to give him a cut of the proceeds, man. Wait,
if I use them, I gotta cut them in. Yeah.
Now you gotta cut him in. We'll never hear the end of it. He's gonna take you to court. No, yeah. So you got the digital tier, which is still pretty cool because then people can get in Australia because they don't want to pay
definitely
$70.
The shipping for international is insane these days, man. It is out of control.
Dude, not only that, I don't think you want to send out an ash can, at the, 15, right?
Yep.
For like triple the shipping. You know what I mean? I don't think you want to do that. So it's nice to offer those digital tiers. And one thing you got that I personally am a big fan of, you got sketch covers, man. Tell people what is a sketch cover.
Yeah, so basically, the cover just has the logo, and basically it's meant for an artist to do his thing on it. So these are super. Like I said, Shelby helped design that logo with the extra blood dripping on it, which is really sick. I should have a proof that I should be able to show off maybe in the next week or so. Nice. This is gonna be very limited. I think there's only 25 of them. So they'll be collector's little items. So if you have a favorite artist that you want to see draw something cool, you can grab one of these, and have your own little Bloodbone commission. So
now I'm hesitant on drawing on mine now that I know they're limited. I didn't know that. Yeah. Nice. I picked 2 up, everybody. So but people really should I recommend it. Like get the book and then add on the sketch cover. Like you said, like if you're at a con and you even meet Shelby, like you can. Why am I hearing myself? I don't like that. But you can get him to then draw you another original Bloodbone cover. So yeah. It's I love sketch covers. I think they're fun. A lot of people don't fully understand them. I guess you can frame those, everybody. So just saying, I think you should get both, and then what do we have here? What's this one?
That's the 2-issue tier. So, if you want to double up or you got one for you, one for a friend, however you want to kind of do it, one to keep mint, the other one to read.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you can do that. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. You're saving money by doing that. So everybody, here's what you do. You get this one here, and then you add on the sketch cover or 2 sketch covers. That way you could draw on it too, and then get one to Shelby to draw on. So, and then keep one of these for yourself, and then give the other one to Shelby for payment for the sketch cover. I don't know, just back it. Just back
yeah,
it.
No, well, I'm gonna back it.
No.
I will. I want the cover. I was excited because he did the sketch covers or the cards. Those went out like within the first day of it being released. So anyway, yeah, I will definitely get the book.
Yeah,
because
no,
Shelby did the cover.
And not only
and
that,
other than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not only that, it looks like a fun, cool story. It's with added pages on this one. So, yeah. So, and I was fortunate enough to pick up one of the original ash cans too.
Yeah,
So
they're all gone. Those are super limited. I only had like a handful left, and they all went. Thankfully, thanks to everybody. Yeah. So,
thanks for offering them, man. Because, like I said, I want first printings, dude. I've been chasing them down.
It's one of the coolest things I've ever done. Like, I think it's really a beautiful little collector's piece. Yeah.
It is. It is. And like I said, the interiors of this looks great. The story sounds fun and fantastic. So pick it up, everybody. This looks like a great book. Or Little Ash Cakes. Not only that, it's the introduction to the character. So, you're kind of starting off on the ground floor. So, you won't, you could have a little a preview of what's to come. So everybody go to Fund My Comic, by the way. Luke Stone, awesome stuff. And link is pinned to the top of the chat, as well as in the description below, if you're watching on other platforms and such. So we're at the top of the hour. We're actually above the top of the hour, I believe. So that's it. Angela, are there any questions left in the chat that aren't from Shelby? Or do you have any questions?
Offering more original art tiers is Shelby's question.
Yeah, I'll be having some more sketch cards. Anthony Figueroa did some really sick Bloodbone ones. They should be up in the next couple of weeks. I'm just trying to space them out. I think I overdid it with the sketch cards on Raid. To kind of like they're all awesome. Thanks to everybody who did them, but it was a little too much. So this time I'm gonna try and piece them out little by little. Like I said, it's running for 90 days, so
people love sketch cards.
Dale's curious, why is the sky blue? Hail, Dale.
That has to do with light refraction and stuff like that. So that has nothing to do with anything that we can control. So
right,
unless you're colorblind, then sorry about that.
Then it's brown, maybe. That would be sad.
If you see it as brown, I mean,
that would be sad.
Yeah, it's just light refracts and absorbs off of things and stuff. So
yeah, and it's beautiful. Hey, Ray's in the chat. Hail, Ray.
What's up, Ray?
What up, Ray?
So, Angela, do you have any last questions for Edwin?
No, I don't, but I love this book and I can't wait to back it. So, very cool.
Thank you. And like I said, all the art and everything is done. So the turnaround should be pretty quick. Once hopefully it'll get funded and we'll kind of start ordering proofs and all that kind of fun stuff soon.
Will it go in demand?
Oh, you need, man, you only need, I'm sorry, pardon me, you only need 40% more. So yeah, everybody out there, go back it because I want my books. So get it funded. I thought you were funded already.
Will you go in demand?
No, it's just running a straight 90 days. So once 90 days hit, it's done. Like Raid ran for 90 days on Fund My Comic, and then we're done.
Yeah, it's 85 days to go. So yeah, I think you'll hit it, dude. You'll hit it, dude. Yeah, dude. Everybody share it out. Yeah, everybody share it out. Share out this either this video or share out the Fund My Comic link and get eyes on it. That way you get some backers on it. That way I can get my books. Jason wants his books. So
3 fulfilled campaigns and a 4th one halfway through. So
and he fulfills on time and with quality. Everybody, there's all good stuff. You can't go wrong with backing Edwin, man. And I already asked you my original question of so I'm going to ask you something else. Yes, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No, throw that in the trash. I don't want to.
Oh, in the trash. Ace is not down with it.
Please. No. I will eat that for you. You just send it to my house and I will eat it. because it's
Oh, that's
delicious.
too much work. I gotta fill out papers.
It's like I'm just throwing that away.
My post office is terrible, so just like get
Send
that
it
out
to
of
me
here.
when you see my book. That's all.
Please don't. No, do not send Angela pineapples. Okay,
So send it to her in a pizza box.
yeah, it's not gonna go well.
You start getting pineapple pizzas at my door. That would just be really bad. So yeah,
it'd be really disgusting. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Appreciate the chat. Everybody go back Bloodbone, please. It looks great. Edwin does great stuff, great stories, and he loves comics. I love that. So thank you everybody for coming in. I'm gonna hit the buttons now. So everybody have a great one.
Peace.